All right, so I just want to show you guys something I've been using, which has been effective. So this is what you do. You know, if you want to buy, you look at a situation like this whereby price makes this, and then let's say you have your demand zone. But first, the main thing you're going to ask me is what makes the demand zone? What makes up a legit demand zone? So I'm not going to be going into so much details, all right? So what makes up a legit demand zone? One, a valid break of structure. Two, impulse, or you call it momentum, that led to break of structure. The next one, inducement, and of course, liquidity sweep. Right. So these are some of my criteria personally over the years that I use in what. So uh, most of you learned that once you see price, do this in my early stages of learning SMC. I also did this. When you see the market makes this kind of break of structure, you feel it is a legit break of structure, but that's actually wrong. A legit break of structure should have, before we even talk about the demand zone, should do this, right? Do this, do this, do this. It must what? Sweep a previous break of structure before. I know this is going to be so confusing for a lot of you. So let me just do it again and show you guys. So for you to have a legit break of structure, before it sweeps, that is, before it breaks this high, it must take a low out. I know you guys will be amazed to get this kind of information, but this is what we can do. So I know that 90% of everyone who is saying this learned break of structure as this and this. Yeah. You say when a previous high is broken towards the upside, BMS break of structure, that is BMS break of market structure. But in reality, in actual sense, over the years, as the forex market keeps getting more complicated, uh, for a valid break of structure to happen, it must what take out what inducement. So this is valid, this is valid, and this is what? Valid. So this is a valid break of structure because before this high was broken, a previous low was what? Broken. That is, a previous low was broken, a previous low was broken, a previous low was broken. All right, so I don't really want to go into so much details with explaining this. So now that brings me to the other side. What is a valid demand zone? A valid demand zone should what? Sweep liquidity from behind. All right. Break of structure. The candles that leads to this break of structure should be so bullish. All right. Inducement has to be taken. Are you seeing this? Inducement has to be taken. Liquidity sweep. Now, there are two ways you can enter such kind of trades. One, you can have an instant execution, or two, you can use the flip model entry. And how does it work? Now, the flip model entry is very, very simple. So it's all about confirming. Why the instant execution, you don't need so much confirmations. So for the flip entry, what happens is once price taps into your demand zone, for example, you want to take a buy, you need to what wait for a what change of character, a new high, okay, and you still need to keep the blueprint, all right. FVG, once you have BOS, break of structure, FVG must be present, inducement, and of course, liquidity sweep. Okay. So now we have what price taps into the what demand zone. So we have break of structure ticked. So let's just mark this ticked. Now FVG must be present at this point. Now once FVG is filled, inducement, this is the what? Inducement. And of course, liquidity sweep. Let's just assume this to be what? Liquidity sweep. And then you can use this as your what? Order block for price to tap in and move upward. So break of structure, FVG, liquidity sweep from behind, but most times I prefer it to be here, very close, and then your order block, price taps into your order block. This is what confirmation purposes, why price tapping and moving up, it's any of them can occur in the market. So we're just going to look at some examples now, right? So let me look at some trades I am personally on. All right, so this AUD CHF. So this is my supply zone. I'm waiting for price to tap into it. Once price taps into it, what will I wait for? For confirmation purposes, I wait for something like this. What? Break of structure, FVG must be what? Present. Inducement must be taken. And of course, this is where I intend to what? Take my trade. Now, this can only be done when you go to the what? Lower time frame. This is 15 minutes currently. But if you are not called out to do this, you can just wait for price to tap in here, give you a bearish candle, and then expect that sudden move towards the downside. I think okay, yeah. So this was a trade. It's still about to hit my take profit anyway. So on NZD card, what do we have? We have price tapping to our demand zone. We have what? A break of structure, inducement taken, FVG was here, sweep of liquidity from behind, and you can see how I marked it. So I'm just going to, because this is a perfect example to use. All right, so we have one break of structure, right? So what led to the break of structure? This is the inducement. We have FVG at this point, and then this is the what area to take trades. And so this is the flip, or we call it the confirmation entry type, rather than just waiting for price to tap into your supply or demand zone and then you take trades. You can just be patient and wait. Let me see if I have, but that's um basically that. All right, so look at this. Price has tapped into my supply zone. So I'm waiting for what to happen. This, this. Break of structure. Let me just do it again. Sorry. So now that price has tapped into, I wait for what? This. Now price has to what? Break the structure, and then this is now serving as what? Inducement. and so my entry will be at the top. But sometimes prices do not come back to react at it, and you don't have to stress yourself about it. You just move. Sorry, this is a rough video. I just felt like it's been a while since I dropped something, and there are a lot more examples. So just take your time, watch it, and enjoy the rest of your day and enjoy your weekend as well.